Hey guys, Clint here with American Patriot Defense. So that M&P pistol, the M&P review kind of first look kind of deal was getting kind of long. Is that like 11 minutes or something? I don't like to waste your all's time if you don't want to stick around and stuff. So let's talk about the Defender XL. All right, the Defender XL. Again, same, making this video at the same time I did the other one. All right, so this is the Defender XL. All right, it is a Delta Point Pro footprint. Okay, 1 MOA adjustments. This is a 5 MOA dot. That's currently what they had in stock. Mounted fine. So it's, to me, for me, its direct competitor is going to be the Holosun 507 Comp. So that's what I'm going to kind of put it in that category. We can argue that maybe, you know, the ARM RHD. To me, those are two different levels of optics. Okay, it has some the similar features, like this little overhang, this little kick overhang. It's got a feature similar to that, but I'm gonna put it's a different level of optic. So let's compare it to, let's kind of compare apples to apples. So the 507 Comp. So I've got a PDP right here with a 507 Comp. All right, so clear. So this is my current competition gun. This is maybe a future competition gun. All right, when it comes to glass size visually, and I have not looked at the specs on these. I want to let you know, like, visual, what do I see, okay? The differences in visual, what do I see? So when we look at glass size visually, all right, and just a note, I want to note that the 507 Comp is, I think, a 2.5 MOA, and you've got tons of different reticle options. So that's one thing you do get with the 507 Comp is multiple reticle options, versus the Defender, you just get a dot. Okay, they may make, I think they make a multi reticle. This is just a dot. So visually, what I'm seeing, window size, if there are any size difference, they are negligible at best. Okay, any size difference, negligible at best. For instance, this is the lens cover that comes with the Defender. I can throw that onto the 507 Comp and it fits like it was made for it, okay, the factory. So very, very, very similar dimensions, window size and height. Okay, one thing I do like about the Defender when looking at it from the front in the defense standpoint, because the 507 Comp, they say, hey, it's a competition optic, right? Well, the Defender, in the name, yeah, we can use it for competition, but I'm thinking this is a duty rated, or a optic that can be used for a self-defense weapon, right? So you've got a little bit more lip from the optic here. You got more lip to the glass, so there's a little bit more space on around the shroud before you get to the glass, and it's a noticeable amount. And you got these little, it's textured, whatever. Okay, yeah, sure. I mean, if you need to rack it on something, we shouldn't try not to rack our slide on things if we can avoid it. But yeah, you can do that in a pinch. But the glass is protected. What I'm trying to say is the glass is protected a little bit more from obstacles or from things hitting it. It appears the Defender does sit a little higher comparatively. I can see that it has a higher footprint. It sits a little bit higher. I think that may be due to the Delta Point footprint versus the RMR footprint. Let's talk about one of the big differences. Well, one of the big differences you have on the 507, you have both your buttons over here. On the Defender, you have up and down on opposite sides. I could take it, I could leave it. It doesn't matter to me as long as I could do it. The cool thing is, when I'm concealed and it's holstered, I can reach into my shirt and know, if I know what side it is on, I just, okay, since I'm right-handed, up is inside, down is outside if I need to make an adjustment while holstered, versus here, both of them are inside. It could be a little bit more, maybe a little bit more finagling to get to it if I'm using this as a defensive optic, potentially, the 507 that is. Another big thing to note is the battery tray compartments. So like we all know, Holosuns have it on the side, which is great. That's a huge win. The Defender is pretty cool. Instead of having to unscrew anything on the inside here, you've got a little button that you push, and that pops the battery tray out. You change your battery, you push it down, and you lock it back in with the little button over here on the side. And then she's locked back in. So I kind of like that. It's spring loaded, so it pops up. That way you don't have to touch the glass, get near the glass really. You don't have to mess with the glass. You know, it's one thing I hated about the Delta Point Pro is changing the battery and everything. Like, you're, one, adjusting it, you're getting really close to the glass, and two, when you change the battery, you're all just all up in that glass's business. So yeah, construction, you know, it's great. But here's a big thing. Like, I know when we talk about these foreign optics, say just Chinese made optics, you know, definitely, you know, if we can afford them, you know, we should try to buy from the US. You know, I have plenty of Trijicon HDs. I got aim points. I get it. But when you have multiple pistols, sometimes it's cost beneficial to go with something that's a little less expensive that, you know, is good enough, right? So, but their quality control and warranty is more of a factor for me to look at. So Holosun used to have a really, really good warranty, right? So like if the glass cracked or anything like that, they just send you a new one. Well, they've recently changed their warranty, and now, like, it's kind of a pain in the butt to get a Holosun warranted sometimes. Versus Vortex on their Defender line stuff, on most of their optics, it's no questions asked. I mean, you email them, message them, and then you're getting a new optic, regardless of how old it is. You know, I've had to do a PST Gen 1 twice. My fault both times. So that is nice to know that they haven't adjusted their warranty for profits or anything like that. They're still honoring their original warranty that they started out with, basically a no questions asked warranty, and you'll get a new optic. Versus here, like, your glass isn't going to be covered. It's got to be like it's a lifetime warranty, but it's a lifetime warranty on manufacturer defects, is the way I understand it now. So that you have to prove that it's a manufacturer defect or something that, like, if it just stops working, okay, they'll probably cover it. But at the same time, like, if you crack the glass, it's probably not going to be covered. So just be prepared for that. So which one would I rather have now? There is a slight price difference in both. The Vortex is just a tick more. We're talking like 20 bucks more. I would probably lean more towards the Vortex now, honestly. Now, my round count is pretty low on this still. You know, like I said, 500 rounds. That's all I've got through this Vortex right now, versus that 507 comp. I think I hit 30,000 rounds last year with it. So time will tell, but if I'm going to compare apples to apples and have them next to each other and look at the features and look the ergonomics, looking through the glass, because I think the glass quality is equivalent, the dot quality, they look about the same to me, except for this one's just a little, the Vortex is a bigger dot, but you don't really notice that till you get out the distance. You know, if I had to choose between the two, they're both, if I was at the store, if I was online looking and I had, you know, before I bought my mounting plate or something like that, I'm probably, right now, I'm probably going to lean Vortex Defender, just because I like the features a little bit more on it for an all-around optic, as a competition optic and a defensive optic. You want to have a one complete package, versus, yes, you can carry this as a defensive optic, but it is absolutely geared for competition, 100%. Like, it's a competition geared optic. So that's all I've really got to say about the Vortex Defender right now. Like I said in my previous video, I've got a different slide coming for this gun. I've got the carry comp slide, and I've got their new enclosed emitter, the enclosed Defender ST or whatnot, coming in. I want to kind of test out this new Vortex line, because it's really caught my eye, because I'm a Vortex scope guy on a lot of my hunting rifles and long range rifles. So I'm really, really pleased with this so far. This gun is going to go into my rotation of concealed carry, and it will probably be a USPSA carry optics gun for me. I'm not saying that I won't still use this one and still train with this one. This has been my tried and true. It's done me really, really well, but, you know, I don't know. Sometimes I like something that's a little bit newer and shiny, and it's good to have two. That way, if one goes down, I can always switch to the other. And the grip angles aren't that much different. It's only 1 degree difference in the grip angle. So it wouldn't be that bad to transition to them. So, but that's all I got to say. I appreciate it, guys. Thanks for sticking around. If you like this content, please, please, please give us a follow, share it. I'm going to list website. I've got discounts. I'm not trying to hide discounts from anybody. Go to my website, get your discount on. Save some money, okay? Click those links, support the channel, support me. But we'll see you on the range.